Hi guys, so here we are again, looking at something really ugly. I know I promised you rigging for the second class, but I wanted to get in a quick and dirty, not the fun kind of dirty, way to make some mesh pants, and it'll also give you some more familiarity with how things are shaped and stuff. I uploaded the OBJ for the standard male, SL male, and as you can see, Linden Labs spared no expense. Pretty, huh? Pretty ugly, but that's okay. We're going to make something pretty out of it. So we're going to go ahead and hit tab to go to edit, and we're going to work with the bottom half, but we do need to make some changes to it. I'm going to fit it to the Roth, not this ugly piece of yuck. So, so we want to make sure that we're set on lines, and we're going to cut off what we don't need right about here. Okay, so we're going to go. Now, if I do the Alt here, it's not going to work because it's just so ugly. It'll give me that one. Let's see if we can see. So I'll just go through and hit Shift and right mouse click and go around. We'll get rid of what we don't want. Now, while I'm doing this, I say that during the last class, someone had issues loading the OBJ. They grabbed the texture zip, not the OBJ zip. If you found that you had the same issue, look for the blue hyperlink. It says STL OBJ. That's the one you want to grab and download for this. You can grab the textures too, but you don't really need them because you'll make your own. That'll be another class. Well, so rigging might be class 4. We'll see. All right, so I've got my seams marked, or at least I know where I want to cut off. So I'm going to do Control E, mark the seam, and go to Faces. Let's get rid of what we don't want. And in fact, I'm going to click off that. Let's go to Wireframe. Do it fast. We just got to be really careful we don't grab what we don't want. Okay, C. Oh, and I apologize if my fan is too loud, if you can hear it in the background, but it's another hot day. And if you just heard that beeping in the background, that was my coffee pot. Okay. Do we grab everything? We're going to go to Solid and Shift. Right click, right click, right click. Okay, we grabbed everything we want and nothing we don't want. So now we're going to go ahead and delete Faces. And now we have something that's going to become a pair of pants. Let's go tab to go back to object mode. And let's see, I put the male, was it down here? No, that's the female. There we go, okay. So we're going to move that to that frame. So M for move and put it down to that layer. Go to that layer. And now we can see how much work we're going to have to do. One thing I'm going to point out is that it's already got a fairly nice and even line around the midsection, so that's not something we're going to have to play with. We could have done the Roth, but the license for the Roth is such that it's open source, blah, 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 and you don't want to make your pants out of something that's open source. Now this is going to get a little trickier. The scale on the X. Okay. And we're going to pull it back a little. But you can see where I'm going with this, right? But I know you're looking at this and you're thinking, that is so freaking ugly. And you are so right, it is. So we're going to go ahead and just hit smooth now, so it's less ugly and less distracting. All right? And now you know what to do from here, right? You go to edit mode, and we're going to go to lines for now. And you just start pulling and pushing and fixing the various quads. We could actually do our various tries. We can do faces, might be easier, and then pull. Okay, see? And then what you've done is created the base for a pair of pants. Quick and dirty. And you're, come on now. You're going to want to do things like maybe add vertices to make belt loops maybe, or whole pockets. And that's going to be relatively easy to do. You'll just add a prim and shape it to a pocket. So there we go. So we pull everything out. Now I could bore you to death and do this all in real time. It really won't take that long. But what I'm going to do is pause and get some coffee and pull it all out and get it ready. And I'll keep track of the time and I'll let you know how long it took. Be back. Okay guys, so to get this far took 6 minutes, and granted, remember that it's kind of ugly, all right, but it's going to be ugly. And I remember that little trick I taught you with the pressing C and selecting a bunch and pushing and pulling. I did rely on that. Now there's going to be a little more work to make it pretty. We've got to flare out the bottoms of the legs, and then there's going to be some tricks we're going to have to do when it comes time to rig it, because as you can see, these are all too close together and they're kind of touching, which we don't want, so we'll have to fix that. But we'll get all that set too. But first, going to continue on and make it look more like pants. Now, I don't want you to rely on this method all the time. It's a great way to get started so you can learn how to shape, how it needs to look. Just like in the old days in SL, when we learned how to do something, we started by something that was made and took it apart and redid it. That's basically how I'm teaching you how to mesh, okay? Or make mesh clothes, excuse me. Now, let me show you. I did start making pant legs with the cylinders, see? And they're actually fitted to the legs. So it is possible. And then the only thing that was left to do would have been making the top piece, the waistband and groin area, butt covering. But it already looked a heck of a lot prettier than the legs from the SL OBJ, huh? But I wanted to show you that so you can see, yes, it is possible to do it that way too. Okay, putting it on pause while I do some more work. Okay, so here we go. I did not use the physics on it. This is all just from pushing and pulling the verts. I really got into the whole zen of it, doing one vert at a time. Let's see. And it's getting really close to something that could actually be wearable. I'll show you about doing one vert at a time. Let's see, push that in and push that in. Spin it, and push that one in a little. That one. Okay, you see over here I got a couple spots I need to pull out. Just a little. Slip to lines. Pull this one just a teensy bit. Go back to verts. Let's give that a push in. We don't want to change too much in the behind the knee area because we want those wrinkles to show a little. That shows fabric and movement. But let's get rid of some of these that don't need to be there. Smooth them down. And don't forget, you can use your smooth vertex option. Let's see how that looks now. There we go. So that'll be this week's homework. Make a pair of pants. Add the little touches. Maybe add the fly. Maybe add pocket. Maybe add a waistband. Maybe add belt loops and a waistband. You know how to do it, right? And we'll see you at the next class. Enjoy!